Hey everybody, welcome back. Welcome back to Renee's Reviews. I almost forgot my own name. Renee's Reviews in 2 cents. I'm Renee and thank you for stopping by. I had planned on doing this video yesterday, but I got so caught up in all the Temu information that was coming out from all the other contents, creators, influencers, whatever you want to call them. I got so caught up in their videos that I literally just watched one after the other. They all had some, personal opinions. They all had read articles. They all agreed that pretty much Temu's lost their freaking minds if they think we're going to pay, double our orders just in a tariff fee. I have no idea when this is going to get worked out. Some people say a couple of months, some people say, several months, and I think somebody commented in 3 years. So let's hope not. It can't be a good situation for us or the Chinese people. I mean, I know America and China hasn't always had the best, relationships, but we kind of have to look at it as we're all human. We're all trying to make a living, and we like to be able to afford what we need. And to be honest, there's no way I can continue to buy Temu stuff at the current price. I went through and looked, and by the time you just might as well say add $3 to everything, and then you get to the end, and then there's another tariff fee. I've been real honest. I'm a poor girl. I just, I'll order what I need or what I, can use around the house and stuff. And every now and then I order stuff, that I just want or whatever. But that's usually on the less expensive side of Temu. But I am thankful that I did order stuff that I found I liked. Even as far back as a year and a half ago, I would go back and order backups and backups. So, now that I can't get it, I'm glad, I have 3 foundations or, 2 pair of those shoes I really liked. I keep getting like a hair. It was a hair. But anyway, so we're going to do this. Today, I'm going to probably do at least 3 videos. I'm not going to post them all today. But the first video has nothing to do with Temu at all. And so I've got one big box here. If you watched my last video, I had 2 big boxes and some Temu stuff. And we ordered one big box. We opened one big box last time. And so we're going to open, this is how big this one is. So we're going to open it. And I don't know if I should show you the smaller. Yeah, let's do the smaller like we did last time. So I went to Walmart. I don't know if you're like me. I've heard hundreds of people are. You go to Walmart for 1 or 2 things and you walk out with, a buggy full of stuff. So I had went because I just needed a few items. And I'm just, going down the aisle and, you see clearance stuff here and there, Sometimes I pay attention, sometimes I don't. It just depends, on really what I'm looking for in my budget, And I come across this. I'm going to set it right here so you can see it. It's a 14-piece 14-piece Farberware Professionals. So it does have the grippers on the bottom, so your mixing bowls don't go everywhere. And I thought I could just tear this off. So there we go. And it was on the very bottom shelf, and it said $5.50. And I'm like, that can't be right. Somebody's, you know, stuck this where there was a clearance, you know, and it's just not the one. And it being on the very, very bottom, I couldn't read the sticker that was under it to know whether or not it was, you know, this mixing bowl set. So I get out my, you know, trusted cell phone, and I pull up the Walmart app, and I scanned it, and it said $5.50. So I got 14 pieces, and they're in neutral colors. So I got all the, you know, your mixing cups, which are, oh, and spoons, I'm sorry. Yeah, the spoons and stuff are in here. And I didn't know if it was just this one, because no, these snap in. So they're not even broke. I thought they were broke, but they're not. They snap into each other. So you get, you know, your teaspoon, this says 2 tablespoons. That one's, I don't think I've seen that one. 1/8 teaspoon, 1/4, 1/2, 1 teaspoon, and 1/2 tablespoon. So you get all those spoons. Okay. So all these, and they're on this little ring, like I said, you know, and it snaps in together. Let me grab that one for, let me make sure, yeah. Okay, so it does just snap in together. I don't know if I'm gonna be able to get it snapped. There you go. So, you know, these together, like if they were in a set, would be more than $5.50. And then, you know, you got, this one actually says coffee on it. 2 tablespoons. Look at this. Y'all see that where it says coffee? 1/4 of a cup, 1/3 of a cup, 1/2 of a cup, and a cup. Okay. So just, you know, your standard measuring bowl, measuring cups. And then that was that sheet of paper that was in between them. You get your 2 sizes of mixing bowls, and they do have the rubber gripping on the back. So, and they have the, you know, the easy pour spout. I can never have enough mixing bowls. I'm from the South, you know. I make cornbread, homemade biscuits, you know, stuff like that, hush puppies, and I'm all the time, you know, looking for mixing bowls. And I love it, the fact that they're cream, so, you know, they're gonna go with just about anything. So when I picked this one up and realized it was $5.50, I realized there was one left, so I picked it up too. Because, you know, June's coming up, you got a lot of June weddings, graduation's coming up. So not for graduation, but after graduation, what's going to come up? People are going to start moving out of mom and dad's house, getting their own place because it's college time. So I think this would even be pretty as, you know, to put in a basket for your mom or whatever, because a lot of times these wear off as they get older. And I don't know if y'all can see that, but it has like speckles in it, so it looks like stone. it's really, really pretty, and it's nice. And so, you know, I grabbed, like I said, another one. I may do something with it, you know. I may put it up, and, you know, if these start wearing off, they don't feel like they will. But, you know, after you've used them a while, and I throw my stuff in the dishwasher, you may decide, you know, you need another set. But space is premium in my house, like I've told you before, because I live in a small apartment. So, this is, you know, what it looks like. Let me show y'all the UPC code. So if you want to take a screenshot to see maybe if any of your Walmarts have it, and if it's on sale for $5.50, you could take that screenshot. And like I said, it said the products are made from 100% recycled material. 2 mixing bowls, 5 measuring cups, and 7 measuring bowls, spoons, and 14 pieces for $5.50. So, you know, for that, I couldn't pass it up, you know. And that was one of those things that, you know, I picked up at Walmart that I wasn't planning on picking up. But I just thought that was a great deal. And, you know, like I said, I'm all the time looking for a mixing bowl. Because I'm actually going to make a red velvet cake today. And I don't know if I'm going to put my red velvet cake in that, though. I got to set this down. Put my red velvet cake in that, though, because it is red velvet and that is cream colored. And I just don't know if it, you know, would stain it. But, I mean, I could just rinse it out right after. But, you know, stuff happens, so I'll probably use one of my older ones. Okay, so this is another kitchen item. You know, I bought that big thing of glassware the other day, and now I have new mixing bowls, and now I have these. Now, I haven't heard anyone mention anything about the TikTok stuff going up, but I looked, and it has gone up a lot. Where I was getting the man-made nails, I would order a 15 order of those, and it would be $19.99. They're not even offering that anymore. Some that I looked at last night, I mean, by the time you ordered what they had, it come out to $1 a pack, which isn't bad. But I can't spend $70 on nails, and I'm not going to. I don't wear them enough to, you know, to see myself buying $70 worth of nails just because I can get them, you know, for $1 a pack. But I know some of the dresses I had been looking at and thinking about purchasing, they went up $12. Yeah, I think they doubled in price, because they were 12 something and they've gone up to 24 something. So I'm kicking myself that I didn't order them when I had a chance. But, you know, I have to budget and plan. And so, all right, I'm already, I don't know. These are plastic. I didn't think they would be plastic. Let's see. I'm just going to throw that on the floor. I have to pick up anyway. Okay, now this is glass. Okay, so I know why these are plastic. This is glass, and this is a really nice thick, like silicone rubbery feel to it. And then you've got your bigger one. So have we guessed already what these are? Okay, so we've got that one. That one's glass also. And then these absolutely match those mixing bowls to a T. This is unbelievable. I cannot believe this. I mean, they're the same color. I ordered these weeks and weeks and weeks ago. Here's the small, you know, pan. There's a handle that goes with it, and you have to put them on. And then this would this be the lid for this one? I'm not sure. I'll have to look down in here. But they give you the handles and all the hardware, and it looks like they even give you the screwdriver to put them on with, which is really cool. Yeah, that's the screwdriver to put them on with. So that's nice. So day? Yeah, I think that's what that says. I don't know if you can see it with my light. They're not real heavy, but they're not that real thin stuff either. They're supposed to be premium granite. So, and then we get another one. And you're supposed to save these because all these stack inside each other. And let me take this out. You're gonna leave, you can use this as a mixing bowl too. Look at that, a little spout. So when you stack them, you don't, you know, risk scratching them up. So there's two, what I call soup pots. This must be the handles. I'm sorry I got my background changed, y'all. But it's been, I mean, like yesterday, I was just between mad and sad and depressed and, you know, not knowing, you know, what I'm going to do, if I'm going to do anything, because I do not have that kind of money, you know, I just don't. And, I don't know. You know, I've tried to think of, all right, so here's our handle. We should have two of these, I think. Yep, we do. So this is going to be just like this one. Okay, so it says, I don't have my glasses on. Do we open it like that and then close it? Or open it like that? Oh, that's the only way you can do it. So, okay. So let's put one on the pot. We'll start with the small one. So, press. I pressed. Oh, I didn't press far enough, I guess. And then you just turn, and it locks it in. And it's locked in. It's not. I would not worry about boiling water in this. I'm shaking it like I'm a mad woman. I am a mad woman, but yeah. So these I got before the prices went up. Thank you, Lord. These are really nice, and these match these so well. Look at this. And I told you, remember, it has that like specklediness in it. This has the same specklediness. I don't know if y'all can see it or not, but trust me, it's there. So yeah, and then when you get ready to use it on another pot, you can. So it comes with 2 handles, even though there's more than 2 pots. So let's see what the next one is. Okay, this is a frying pan. But I'm looking to see if it tells me the inches. Okay, easy to clean. Please do not clean with steel wool or stiff brush. After sales, service, telephone. Cookware, tableware, bakeware, food storage. And when I pulled out these in the beginning, and I'm like, well, I'm kind of already disappointed. It don't fit this one. It'll fit one of those. But if whatever you're cooking, after you get through with it and it's cooled down, instead of dirtying up another, container or whatever, they come with lids, plastic lids that you can put on and put it in the refrigerator. So, that's a win-win. But I hate it don't tell me what size this is. But these look really nice, y'all. Versatile usage. Yes, it is. Okay, and then here comes the bigger pot. Well, bigger frying pan. I don't really fry a lot of stuff, but when I want to, it's going to be nice to have, some new cookware. This is nice. I wonder if I can hit those people over the head and say, y'all got to figure this stuff out. We got channels to run, people to watch. Yeah, I like this. I really do. I didn't throw away my little thing. Right here it is. And now I can put this. Oh, where did I can put this one inside. No, it has to go in this one. And then these can go in this one. I'm stacking, y'all. I'm stacking. Oh, I'm scared to set it over there because I have some stuff. All right, I'm just going to put the hardware down there because we're not finished yet. Hold on. I need an assistant. I wonder if I could train my puppy. Or she's not a puppy anymore. She's 2.5, almost 3 now. Which reminds me, my husband's going out the door this morning and says, brush Cece out. She's getting matted. Bless her heart. She's a cockapoo, so we got her because she's hypoallergenic, so she doesn't shed. And that's all that's in this box, ladies and gentlemen. And I am going to save this box because I do have some friend mail going out. And guess what, y'all? I got some friend mail come in. I was so excited. Nikki over at Happy Halls, she sent me something. And Anita Break, she sent me something. So I've had Nikki's over there because I knew she was sending it to me because she told me. And I didn't, just want to throw it in somewhere because whatever it is, I can tell you right now, is special to me because she thought of me. She took her time out to pack everything, or pack one thing. I don't know. It could be one thing, which would be fine. But then, postage ain't cheap. I seen what she had to give to send it to me. And, it kind of made me feel bad for her. But at the same time, I'm like, she thought enough of me to spend her hard-earned money on something to send me. So there was no way I was going to just throw that friend mail in at the end. I'm doing a separate video on it. if it's 20 minutes long, it's 20 minutes. If it's 7 minutes long, it's 7 minutes, but I don't care. It deserves its own video. So, oh, did I show y'all that last fry pan? I got off on a rant there for a minute, right? Okay, so here's the last one. So, how many pieces did it say? I threw the box over there. Let me slide a little bit. Slide, roll. No, it just says quantity. Okay, 15 non-stick cookware set. 11-inch saute pan, an 11-inch frying pan, a 9-inch frying pan, a 3-quart saucepan, an 2-quart saucepan, 7 inches and 8-inch fridge storage lid, an 8-inch and 11-inch silicone lid, 4 pieces of pot protectors, which are these, and 2-piece removable handle. So I got 15 pieces. I bought this off the TikTok shop, and it weighs 10 pounds. I bought it off the TikTok shop, and I got it when they were running one of their Lightning by Now deal thingies, and I believe I gave like $23 and something for it. Not a bad deal. You know, for that, I was thinking, is it gonna come and it's gonna be thin and flimsy and everything's gonna burn and stick to it? And I thought, well, for $23, I'm gonna give it a shot. If nothing else, I know I can boil water, you know, and stuff in the pots. And I'm very, very pleasantly surprised. And I will be going back on TikTok shop just to see how much these are now, because I know the nails went up considerably. The dresses doubled in price, and I wished I'd have got some. But, you know, hindsight's 20/20, and when you're broke, you're broke. So, you know, that's the story of Renee. When Renee's broke, you just gotta quit buying, right? I'm sorry. I was hoping to actually start this channel because of the advice I was getting from my doctors that, you know, I needed to do a hobby, I needed to do this, you know. I'm not a crafty person. I'm not. I love you girls that are and guys who are. I love watching your channels. The two ladies, oh, I'm so sorry if I'm butchering your name. The mother and the daughter from Canada. You guys were looking for 20 things that you wanted us to tell you so y'all could, you know, order them and then try them out for us. I think you misunderstood, or I misspelled, or we auto-corrected. I said I would love to see how one of the woks, you know, the Chinese woks that you prepare like stir fry in, and you know, you go to the Chinese restaurant and they're back there and they're, you know, doing chicken and rice and pork fried rice and all that. I would really, because it comes from China, I'm just wondering if it, you know, if it would be a better quality. I mean, probably go to Walmart and buy the same wok, right? And it's probably from China. I don't know, but I've always wondered about that. You know, if we order something that we know that the Chinese people are known for, would we get something better? Because I know I don't know if it's still like that now, but iPhones are made in the U.S. And Chinese people love iPhones. And so I remember one year when years and years and years ago, they were coming out with a new iPhone. And me and my daughter set out all night outside the mall with about 50 to 75 other people. And they were limited in your purchase to 2 per person. And there were these guys coming by and offering us some money if we would buy an extra one. They were going to give us the money to buy it. But, you know, they couldn't buy it because you couldn't buy but 2. And they were getting their 2. And they explained to us that they literally take all the iPhones they can get, especially when they're new. They fly to China, you know, and then I think the new iPhones were, I want to say like $8.99 or maybe $9.99. They're $2,000 now, but they would go to China and sell those, we'll say $1,000. Those $1,000 iPhones for $3,000 and $4,000. And they said, you know, one iPhone would cover their trip, their expenses while they were there and everything, and they would come back with a lot of money in their pockets. And they did it every time an iPhone come out. We didn't know them. And, I mean, if they gave us the money, you know, and they were going to give us cash, you know, and because they were like in front. They were like there way before anybody got there. So as you know, the line built, they went down through there and they said, you know, we'll get ours. And when you're getting yours, we'll look for you and we'll come over and we'll give you our part of the money. And me and my daughter talked about it and we just didn't kind of like, it's like, I don't know, you know, so we ended up passing, but he ended up paying some people like $50 to $100 to do it for him, and he got quite a few takers, so he probably had a nice trip to China to sell his iPhones, because, you know, I don't know if that was before eBay. I don't know. I'm so old, y'all. But I'm still on this side of the grass, so that's a good thing, right? All right, I know this was short. Pots and pans, mixing bowls, cups, and spoons. But I just wanted to get this one in because the rest is going to be Temu, and then I'm going to do friend mail. So keep letting us know what you hear about those prices. You know, I actually am a member of a thread of UPS, and there are tons of UPS drivers being laid off, and they are not happy at all. So, yeah, this is affecting more than us, and I know y'all know that. I mean, everybody does, but the Lord says pray for our leaders. So, you know, we can pray the right decisions are made and everything gets straightened out, and, you know, we're all able to make a living and not have to count our pennies when it's time to go grocery shopping. So, with that being said, thanks for coming by and seeing me and seeing my new pots and pans and bowls. And if you want some cake, stop by later. Until then, nothing but love.